di tro akon e de eba yentie Nyankopɔn asɛm sɛ wutu sane watamfo akoko na wuhunu apɔnkɔ ne ntiase nam ne ɔman a wɔdɔɔso sene wo ensuro wɔn efiri sɛ Awurade wo Nyankopɔn a wɔde wo firi Misraim asase so baayɛ no ɛka wo ho na sɛ mo bɛɛ dɔm no a ɔsɔfoɔ no mpinkyɛn mɛkasa nkyerɛ ɔman no na wɔnka nkyerɛ wɔn sɛ Israel tie mo bɛɛ dɔm ne mo atamfo akɔko mo ma mo akoma ntu mo nsuro na mo ho mpopo na mo ma wɔn ho nyɛ mo ho efiri sɛ Awurade wo Nyankopɔn a wɔde mo nam ɔde mo nam matamfo ɛkɔko ama mo na wagye mo. Amen. Nipa bebree wo wiase wo Ghana ha wo busiam e wo nkura kɛseɛ ne nketewa a wɔyɛ gyidifoɔ na wi gyidi ni a wɔyɛ no a ehu abɔ no ehu no bi gyina sɛ mɛyɛ dan ɛna menya adwuma yɛ mɛyɛ dan ɛna mensa akɔma no sa advance yi koraa no a meti dan mu ɛso a mɛyɛ dan osuro daakye wɔ nanim esan sɛ wɔni wan wɔden wɔhu nanim yie yɛwɔde ba bebree wɔ a ehu abɔ wɔ mo esan sɛ ɔbra ɛyɛ ɔko kɛseɛ ɛde ba wɔ mo yɛwɔde ba bebree a nneɛma edi tia wɔ mo esan sɛ wɔhwɛ abrabɔ mu a anidasoɔ nyinaa asa yɛwɔde ba bebree wɔ hɔ a nneɛma bebree a ɛkoro fa wɔn ho nyinaa no mmoa ɛnyɛ papa wɔhunu akwantu ɛdan no mu sɛ ɛyɛ ɔko san sɛ ɔnkɔ obi baako akɔbɛɛ deɛ ɔhɔ ne nyinaa yɛ kɔbɛyɛ nkɔbɛsie yɛwɔ obi wɔ hɔ a ɛnnɛ yi a yɛreka yi wɔkɔ interview a yɛkɔfa n'adwuma ɛyɛ ɔko no wɔkɔ ehu abɔ no yɛwɔ obi wɔ hɔ a wɔkɔ yareɛ ko na bɛmu bu ohunu deɛ ɔnyɛ na asɛm Awurade ka kyerɛ Israelfoɔ no wɔse wo so yɛ amanaman mu Israelfoɔ no menka bi nkyerɛ wo sɛ wotu sa ne watamfo akɔko na wohunu sɛ ɔde apɔnkɔ ne ntiaseɛ nam ne ɔman a wɔdɔɔso sene wɔn a ensuro efiri sɛ Awurade wo Nyankopɔn de wo firi Misraim asase so baayɛ no ɛka wo ho wohunu no saa ensuro woni awode deɛ enso ensuro woni sika deɛ ensuro deɛ nti a wɔse ensuro ne sɛ Awurade a dadaada ɔhawa wo kɔ mu no wɔgye wo firi mu no Awurade a wɔma wo de wo ho afiri adeɛ nyinaa mu Awurade a wɔgye wo firi watamfo nsɛm Awurade a wɔma wo nsa kɔ wɔ no Awurade a wɔsa wo yareɛ no wɔka wo ho nti nsuro enti nsuro wɔse na sɛ mo bɛn ɛdɔm no a ɛne wɔkyerɛ deɛ monyɛ no ɔsɔfoɔ no mpinkyɛn mɛkasa nkyerɛ wɔ man no na wɔnka nkyerɛ wɔn sɛ Israel tie onuabɛma onuabaa tie ɔdɔfo a woyareɛ tie deɛ aka kakra bi na nka waka wɔn adura wei tie sɛ wotu sa ne watamfo akɔkono hu na pɔnkɔ ne ntiaseɛ ne ma ne ɔman a wɔdɔɔso sene wɔ nsuro wɔn efiri sɛ Awurade wo Nyankopɔn de wo firi Misraim asase so no ɛka ho anɔpɛ yi wɔsoma me sɛ mmɛbɔ amane etie wa sɛ Yesu ka ho Onyankopɔn ka ho ma ne nsiw yie ne nsiw kra yie ne nya awerɛhyɛmu sɛ Awurade a wɔfrɛ wɔ wɔde waba nnwuma pa mu no ɔbɛyɛ ne sɛdeɛ na samtie gyidie mu ne abɔ mpa yɛ fagidi ka sɛ amen. Yɛkenkan ɛfiri Deuteronomy chapter 20 verse 1 ɛde ɛba wonya bra na wakenkan na wabɔ so empaye onyame asɛm yi fagidi ka sɛ amen.
God bless our homeland, Ghana motherland, faithful and together. Hello my brother, 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 hello my brother.
Ade Akye Abia Ghana mai betu pon ne gina wo man papa wo dwene Ghana ho kane. Ade Akye Abia ane na magani amagashia ne ehunu amagawo ho. Ade Akye Abia eyegigi
Well, Parliament members attending the sitting, Ghana move. Hello, well, Parliament members attending the sitting, Ghana move. Hello, well, are you excellency strong and never give up? Hello.
Okay, 101.7 so any say nyamisemi ye oda faza kese ma this way chocolate drink yo yan so hye nkoko papa bi no de ye wonyan so hye boto a wawie eno an se ukom smooth this way chocolate drink de nyara ene nsuo hye kopa bi oba bi a woton bi biara na mame fa we entwamu se telecell and telecell wamo eye communication for a wamo so yasene say no ewiase nyina beba wonsam say wo ye call say wo to data say wo browse say wo ye de ben say wo ye TikTok say wo ye WhatsApp say wo ye Facebook say wo ye Instagram ene X nde keka wo nyina no network a wo hia kese eye telecell ni ehwe ni mu akwan so obeba obedum ye nenso waba telecell for aba bedum ye na say wo everything that you want. Now we hear quick and reliable communication, stress-free money transactions. We via telecell cash, transforming business. Now at web pay baby on top. So also send this scam will be so per se we use car. We patch a telecell cash. Interconnected with telecell. Now we enjoy a world of endless possibilities with telecell. Limited be earning to connections. Telecell. Connecting energies. Telecell connecting energies. Okay, 101.7. So anyway, I don't know. Memoji.
Oh, Nana Mejoso.
Namokodi.
Oh, Nana Nyamia Dumpa Mehoya Boko. I say him say to the Aju communion.
Edem Boko.
Say Boko. I say Abrabon to say Boko.
Abrabosu your Boko. Na Nana asamwa ewo ye gina preto we pre na koto we no we pre na koto president of the republic the executive secretary
yes
bedi atuo asante prempekale di ene nkofo di nim no ye Kofi Asante so o prempekale ni
akọ prempe
bedi atuo madam for pa no ba wonim se madam for pa no anwasam so ne se obeye executive president for 7 years ne kakra no me ni shiada me mfre na da me nkosra na da unu argundia se nipa ne bi o wa ti se wadamfo no okodi ohini a ba bia ne debra kwakodu ya ntam ben
za pepepe onumomu ehia wo a
no frewa
ena nimunyam
frewa na oba bi ti ebia odi executive secretary ni wie na wo wie a ende na
masimu
dadam oh na kane oni etimi ko fish pond ha egodi
ni achimota fish pond
ai etem yonko pa no
na ne mansanya che
yes anya che
ma ye niema
we wrong things never wrong we
and igbo anyum no we must run some things
yes
break some things we must run some things break some things and sin some things yeah na no ma ye niema oh fine
na media say in this anti-LGBTQ
plus one
bunchas wo
Nana. Be na ma ye nya be na asem kan.
Ha, hwe. Na ejuma we ma ya che. Na say I'm restrained. Hwe. Ebe shas yes wo mu e ka ho asem wo parliament. Private members bill ekoto ho kim. Ye nya professor fo nya doctor fo ye nya wenu fo. Emma wa mo ba bonten because say no ni say parliament kra be no kra mo gitum kempese wo ma discuss kempese wo ma to so ba amana ba ba yemra ebire bi so president can say nyane penso ene ye beji gay atum ye that tape no ho but okay in another leg president in the BBC you know so no say is bound to happen
when the pressure groups
yeah is bound to happen and no kotoy afei akwaba ni nya nkofo bi akom mobom professors wom
yeah odrugeje pone
yes professor
wonya no baby ko
wom so yiri wom wom so the guy no ka say
shishi
shishi wom so ba ye be kan say shishi kura de ti de nyame ato nsa afre no
obeto
wo kan ya ga say what show say nyankopon ba oba ne be ma
o da yanke busanfo ya o ye yesi de wo
yanke busanfo ya wo ye boni yanka nche no asamado
ana se wo akọ wo be bisa no atamu wo ho obekwa akogina wo obofo anim
se papa panimu
aba
wo abadwe se a wo de akọ asamado gina wo pa timi kan kwa asem si maybe it was an intellectual argument
and an intellectual argument anyansa nim de
yo Mama to asubium
na to asubium
and ye nya professor si ye nyinyinyi nipa bi makasa fikti wo hwe the narrative ne direction ade ne koma wa bo the politics ewuram ya titi se binum pojisika to advocate say my pass it.
Oh really?
Niye oho niye ko ye ko ye na ye ko dum pempenso bi nanu so tie eyia meni honorable Maxokofi Djuma enko modie na
o na mitie pa
so president to kran to krata no kran twem baabi no to no kran no support ba de no kran no enya de obi abetimi aye
president be antumi nsan
president say ama wodo emira bi afa de yesa akoba ya yesa se ya anyi antumu a IMF flow de aka wo mo mfamba
saa sam na yensemfo
wo ye wuntie ena nkrofo be yi wo mo to se Kenya fo assign bi
Uganda where Museveni was sign
but IMF fo am wo low no it's not hinged on any somebody
IMF Canada no ayo mo nko ade a dana your contribution nim
your contribution yin ni twa bi ko
enti dia ben se hu na ya no mo kasa no
enti eno so wo mo yeye ene wo ho
ada mo kire bi
afei wo kai se diplomatic corps president shi a won mo no no am se oso omunye den on kan o mayem ento o makoma
o mon ko mo yem ento o makoma
na anya dia ebe ye no kora wate se nipa bi di kokko me why no
no bi anfan koi
de nyankoi
as at that time I work as now enyankoi ade ati
yan na akokko
nana se
na ba akokko
nana na enyankoi and the last guy
yes ba akokko 2023 na ba akokko 2023 no a edi enti na parliament e discuss here
and and the dear granted in the Parliament.
Nane. And no so kotoy. And yabu bono aba aba. Na anano. Letter no me pesa me produce me letter no.
Nana be do until letter.
Aye. Nana wo ozo.
Nana ya na sa en sembisa no e me bufu ye me ntana me pese menya record to crowd
me suko. But masema me catch politicians are not paying say.
Nana catch a wo
power is not transient.
Yo,
power is not transient.
Nana no be tire brofo no say.
Said ye me bube ansa na machirim.
Yeah.
Said ye nantwie bodua. Anka no to no. Sa na enka konfonsem.
Me da so ho.
Den ya wontena se uni power enkosi da.
Da bi.
Wo ye bibia na wadwen ho. Hwe mame mo kan sam cho.
Nana ka che me.
Se obi a wo betena asase so. No wadi 100 years. Wo di asase so wadi 100 years no. Enna maako 100 years unim de wom. Enye 1 million days. 365 days. 365,000 days.
Where the 100 you know?
100 years you know?
365,000 days.
1,000 days.
Hey, Nana baby. 365,000 days. No 100.
Yeah, because year biano.
Say year.
Year biano. Udi ni nyina kwa ka ho. Year biano 365. Year biano 365. Nti 100 no 365,000. Ano kwa mabuni ye.
Ana no abuni ye.
Mon check mam say biam say 35. There be 365.
65,000. 365,000.
It mean fan say unya 200 years ya. 365,000 times 2. Ano kwa 200 years no. Afei min san twemo dwinina ade bi so. Si ya kasa abusua bia, family bia. Emfa nipa ba akomara. Na yema omuni president of the republic. Every 4 years bia. Na
bia family member.
Ba akope. Fa ba akope bra. Nti 4 years na ye ba akoso abedi 4 years na ye ba akwa abedi 4 years ye na sa. Na 100 years. Nipa 25 penny bedi.
Sa? Ebusia no.
Nipa ebusia mi nipa 25 penny bedi. Di e penny 100 am na di o man so ni eyi afia ebusia no mu a 100 no e better ki 400 years.
Wo yo.
Nti se utfumia. Na wahweni. Afina na my main kind statement no be we are
and I can
na me pese me kind na wo chechi mu
yo
transmission of the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill 2024
sa ai bill ya ehun asema ba ye kan say ye di free baby a ewo mrase badwafie aba mampeni atena ye.
It has come to the attention of the office that while the president and other senior officials of the presidency were at the Pediasi for a cabinet retreat on Thursday, 14th March, you attempted to submit the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill 2024, the bill, to the Jubilee House for the president to signify his consent or otherwise to the bill.
Anano ya wada. Na mampeni na nado dankwe kufado. Ya wada ya march bosume da to do nine. na oni senior officials bi ewo peduase
cabinet retreat
wo mo cabinet retreat na ye wo cabinet retreat na so peduase no ene ye te se wo clerk of parliament Cyril Otinsia sa trumutu ene fawo no bill no amna se baja for do mo nsa sha ase no wosimu pam dia ba Jubilee House senka wo de bre president say so obesan ana won san wo de bre no
nana ye nyina ha you attempted Ade the parliament in the day bre president and say why the day bre no
nana eye me wanwa no
Kofi Asante be dey tuo
nana we de wa
hold asamba ne yeka
aba
Kofi bo funu ankasa wo ti ase
akwanu so ati brofo
but you attempted na just say wa wia wo ko de
Nicodemus
e na wo de ba
obi ansuma wa te obi ansuma
Ghana nyemu dia o
attend
parliament and the mrano odi clerk of parliament no de ba no me pa cha wato so bari
dabi ano no asonkra o
ade ahomaso no
hey
ade ahomaso no you attempted there's a William letter na or addressing or addressing clerk of
to
parliament
individual yeah
wano so no adai
to individual that you hey
7 December ye beto aba
enche o na enche
ye beto aba
enche na bre we ina
na ko ahomaso you at least nti obi nim nyansa se obakata se let away
from parliament
from parliament you ni ye hwan you ni ye parliament na ye hwan
na executive no mumbu legislative no
no we are treating the letter
no Jubilee House ti man penin na na ko fado eni ni Jubilee House wo mo pese mo kire se wo mo fo obuo ni anidie e ma parliament ana so mo ni parliament na twaka bia biem na even at akra say the clerk of parliament kra na was attempted kra no at least can proper watch
parliament clerk of parliament be kire when na wo yes wo de letter na eko na wa mukwa ye den wo mu se letter na eba
mo peduase lodge
den wo mu se letter no eba
mo ya cabinet retreat
obi na frɛ o mu ka kire o mu se letter no kra nke de bre wo mu na ade eba yi
nana and my question will also be say is it the first time a parliament a pass bill bia ya dia ko Jubilee House
nana o de ye eba
no before the year before bill year wa mo de ko no de yanka say you attempted to bring
before bill Ghana ese amu obi we campaign
na we campaign kra bre be so we campaign ni expiry date
bre so ya bre no nwan ni abenkwan Honorable Alhaji Yusuf Husseini a former MP for Tamale Central Tija Inusa Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Ramadan Karim.
Ami Ramadan Karim so the same thing to you.
Thank you.
Now, Oboko there.
Ami Oboko.
Ananu ada. Na letter babonten. Na letter no if you want executive secretary to the president or Trodia clerk of parliament. Na transmission of the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill 2024. Now, it has come to the attention of this office, that while the president and other senior officers of the presidency were at Peduase for a cabinet retreat on Thursday, 14th March 2024, you attempted to submit the Human Rights and Family Value Bill 2024 to the Jubilee House for the president to signify his assent or otherwise to the bill. We can't be na clerk of parliament committee. Mfem free okranza. Because he attempted.
Clerk of Parliament and committee crime, yeah. The letter is an embarrassment. A shameful. Indeed, the Nana Akufo-Addo has exposed the office now to ridicule.
Why?
Wama is executive secretary across that letter. No. Media, my GAD says Nana Akufo-Addo is rolling back our democracy.
Oh.
Nana Akufo-Addo, any first person, the oil president, and has taken an action. The Supreme Court says that action is unconstitutional. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the legislative power of Parliament. And I did the say, and I believe seriously, say, because Nana Akufo-Addo has failed, he's making the conditions, he's creating conditions for people not to trust in our democracy. Because Nana Akufo-Addo is a lawyer. Bidia too is a lawyer. Nana Akufo-Addo, can you know you're a member of Parliament? 3-term member of Parliament. Nana Akufo-Addo, court in 1992 to restrain the president then, Jerry John Rawlings, from using public money to celebrate the 1st December. Okay.
Yeah. Kaipa.
Identity, because now it violates the spirit and letter of the Constitution. Nana Akufo-Addo, and then only bedia tunyina omunim say the legislative power of Parliament under Article 93(2) is vested of Ghana is vested in Parliament. The legislative power of Ghana is vested in Parliament, subject and is exercised subject to the provisions of the Constitution. So, how is the power exercised? Article 106. Article 106. Article 106 say, almost the Parliament exercising the power to passes a bill. That bill cannot become law. You say, Oman Penin Ayeden assented to it. Yes, sir.
Sanity.
Now, Oman Penin Constitution and Kase. Chinchilla on signing. Or say when the bill is presented, the bill haven't been passed by Parliament, is presented to the President. Or how many days?
For 7 days.
7 days. To signify the assent and
the otherwise of it.
On the refusal. So it is not writing such a nasty letter. Because Metwasia, even if will be at the Assembly Court to injunct the process and nothing stop the president from receiving. Saying that I will sign.
Yeah.
Article 106, 7 or 8 of the Constitution. Could they carry on?
Mami Kinkai na Article 106.
7 thereabouts.
Yeah, okay. 7. Where a bill is passed by Parliament is presented to the President for assent, he shall signify within 7 days after the presentation to the Speaker that he assents to the bill or that he refuses to assent to the bill.
So, there is no compulsion. There is no compulsion. And now there is compulsion.
No.
over the bill, they have presented a bill to Parliament. Whether you are a pediatrician or you have gone to the moon, over the bill will office. 1067 say you can assent to it. 7 days, within 7 days, assent to it, or refuse to assent to it. Now, see, when you refuse to assent to it, you have how many days?
Where the president refuses to assent to a bill, he shall within 14 days after the refusal, A, state in a memorandum to the speaker any specific provision of the bill which in his opinion should be reconsidered by Parliament, including his recommendations for amendments, or inform the speaker that he has referred the bill to the Council of State for consideration and comment. 90. 80. The question is, speaker no de won tro bibia nkoma no.
What refuse? What bill no? We see more from Brabo.
But you know, no. In law, you can't put something on nothing.
On nothing.
You can't put something on nothing. It would again. I did just talk about Alabama. No matter what lawyer Inisa for saying while I was away, I learned that you came to my house to beat me, ostensibly to beat me.
No. So, what's your letter? Man, who letter no?
You attempted to come.
Man, kind letter no. Then I'm presuming, sir, in that letter, you are asking me to pay you your debt. And wouldn't you say me in this car?
You qualification as attempted wasi.
Attempted what? To serve me. Now, a court reads. A constitution in the essay where a bill has been passed by Parliament, it shall be presented to the President. A constitution by Casa.
And an article I read yesterday and said, as I said, or indicated to the Speaker of Parliament, not the Clerk of Parliament.
In constitutional law, Article 106 is what we call procedure.
Procedure.
It's a procedural limitation on the exercise of powers of Parliament. It's a procedural requirement for a bill to become law. Non-compliance with Article 106 will make the law void.
Mm-hmm.
So,
wow.
So you need to comply. It should be presented. But because you say the person can have objection. And I said that Waganam.
Mm-hmm.
In 2006, Ghana was debating the domestic violence bill. Okay.
Yes, I remember.
And there was a provision therein. That was the year I went to Parliament. And I'll tell you my connection with the bill. There was a provision therein that spoke to consent, about consent. It did not distinguish between wife, married man, and woman, and rape. And rape within a domestic setting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I quite remember.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Formulate Parliament passing law, no. The command President Kufuor. The President Kufuor see on signing.
Because Ekoya meaning said there is no now. Okay.
When they're shaving you, you don't rub your head.
I like that.
So the Kufuor say mean signing, and my reason for not signing is that I object to the inclusion of that clause in the bill, or forwarding bill by Parliament. That was the year I went to May. I was in Parliament. That time the minister, the member of Parliament who was the chairperson of the General Committee was a woman who had become the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. My refuge, she was a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
Kufuor brought it back to Parliament. Then I had just come, rookie, parliament, lawyer, come. And my election, was a by-election. It attracted attention of many people, and they knew that a lawyer had come to parliament. And then when they brought it back, the speaker, Bejinan, said to use a referee Emma gender committee together with the Constitutional, Legal, and Parliamentary Affairs Committee. I was passing by them when they were meeting in the lobby, parliamentary lobby. They said, oh, the woman, the chairperson of gender committee, oh, lawyer, we are considering President Kofoso on Sanio. Until we are considering this thing. Can you assist us? As if a revelation. As if a revelation. Me file bill, the man read it, combine my understanding of no need for consent in marriage under common law, combine it with the requirements of domestic violence, juggled the words, and formulated a clause for them. That ended the meeting.
Because it was a 2006, and in the public, will be as, hey, now my name is Kwada, no, so
that is it.
Yeah, that was, I remember.
That is why I respect President Kofoso. I disagree with him on certain politics. But in many cases, I respect him. He didn't say, me number. The thing came to him, or GA. He said, oh, means signing Article 1067. Means signing Article 1068. I did the Emma means, I did the Mijina to say means signing and say, I object to the inclusion of this clause in the bill. One suggested amendment. Now, or the letter, no, any bill, about Parliament. Parliament was forced to reconsider it.
No, Mami Musadia will never boy.
Until I say, Nana Kufado. You don't understand the man. This is a man who, before he became president, everybody thought that he was a fine lawyer.
And he is.
Becoming president.
And he is.
I now have my doubts.
But no, Buamikakra Ewaha. Is there an interlocutory application before the Supreme Court?
The real question you have to ask is that, and his father, Nana Akufado's father, decided that matter. Mushi and Bejina. If you have not read the case, you should go and read it again. Can you injunct a person who has been lawfully entrusted with a duty and is performing the duty according to the procedure stipulated in the law? Can you lawfully injunct that person?
Law.
A law no a man a juma say on ye. Law no actually said the obey juma no. Or the law no chi ye juma no. Or follow procedure law no see say juma no ye follow see this procedure or follow this procedure. What me ko court echo injunct this and the background. So we a lawyer.
Now,
then you are virtually saying that the law is amended.
Law, but you say, men san can crack a beer. Me to be sure whole response.
Efa. That's speculative. That's speculative.
Because when people say, Ukona clerk of parliament, because say, me pa jomin fair be mrewa, una come as say. Was it you attempted? Was it I did not attempt?
The fact is even that the court has no speculative jurisdiction.
Only speculative jurisdiction. Okay.
Say, Obi Ako court, say, build the a passy, it will affect the human rights of others.
Now, Mami Musadie.
The court cannot say that you are injustice. You must demonstrate that when the Omofa air pass bill no and the constitution no and standing orders. ana bill no enye bill and gazette and yet it is not introduced under certificate of agency. Now say Parliament meets our requirements no, you have to wait because the court has no speculative jurisdiction. So that the law can be passed, the bill can be passed, assented to, it becomes law. Then you challenge it that it is inconsistent with the Constitution because it violates certain provisions of the Constitution.
Now, can the clerk of Parliament everything at Chokrata and the presidency without notifying Parliament? Now,
clerk of Parliament no way. Only the administrator. Inti the Parliament I take a decision or no over convey decision. The Speaker say Parliament okay, so Parliament is constituted by 275 MPs and the Speaker. The Speaker I take a decision. I mean the Parliament I take a decision. Then the decision is communicated to the president. It is the clerk who delivers the decision.
Oh, okay. Now, yes, or Parliament, because how do I do say?
No, it's a procedure.
But how do I do say? What time?
The speaker will sign. Yes, a clerk never sign. The speaker will sign, and and even in some cases the clerk signs.
Okay.
And they deliver the letter.
Mammy said, Diabako, honorable Adris say, clerk of Parliament in MH, a break one, what temptates what they call. If, sir, or yes, what they call, and on a saying.
Oh, so the call, you see, what happens is that my deputy clerk, principal, is it principal clerk or something, Ebenezer Emmanuel Jutro, Mahu, when John Dramani Mahama was in office, how he presented bills passed by Parliamentary to the president, because on several occasions, Namiwo with the president, no the bills not bias. Didn't see Mahu minim procedure. Oba Okura register because bill the president Esania it will be recorded and numbered. That's when it becomes law, so it will be given a number. So Ansania, and if there are many bills that he has to sign, the numbers are according to which one he signs first. So he can sign 3 bills in a day. They will have 3 different numbers, depending on which one he signs first. Okay.
Me too.
So, but before that, no, the president will be informed that, or the speaker will, because the clerk cannot just get up and go to the presidency. The speaker is sending the clerk, or Parliament is sending the clerk to bring such and so bill for signature. To inform and they will arrangements with that. So, but you let them name at the BIFRU. It seeks to portray, say, they were being ambushed. It's not so.
Because while they were away, you sought, you attempted.
No, it's not so. It's not so. So you see, honesty is very important in governance. Honesty, transparency is very important. And the president and his executive secretary are acted in ways that clearly exposes them as being arrogant and full of themselves.
How the arrogance say? Because we'll say, Mammy really
public officer who yet Juma the same work but in different capacity. The public officer. A bench can omode tuawoka.
Ayi na anu wade bi.
Me last paragraph no. In the circumstances.
Was say in the circumstances you are kindly requested to cease and desist from transmitting.
Who is cease and desist? Parliament or who?
The bill. Just a jai, not true who feel who cry.
No, Parliament or who?
It's shrouded in ambiguity.
Clark Ankata has no power of his own to transmit a bill. Parliament.
In his capacity as what? Or who?
So, in whatever capacity, he's just contemptuous of Parliament.
Wow. Now, and I don't know say we are executive secretary to the president here. You can't say civil servant.
Oh, we are the public servant. So, I'm second of the Oka.
One of the Oji, and because of the Oji, Bosomia kept yet said you'll be AGB. Oh, wow. And I only Article 71 holder, so.
One year Article 71 holder.
Can you be asa?
So you see, and I don't know. I remember when
because I know who did you tell me Bisasano? Me who former secretary to former president. Now only now you pay slip from the controller and accountant general department. The pay slips, I pay slip no. Now say need to say na so just say you. Na mum dia me ba wo ho no na adwuma no yede.
For that, so say Oman Penyam ko 4 years ni pay slip extra in 2000, you wait for him.
Oh.
I think he was getting up to 5,000 Ghana cedis.
Oh.
So yeah. So for pay slip, I mean, that's why we don't talk about it.
Wow.
But me say, as executive secretary, are you oblivious? One name. And I want to adhere to nipa ka efawo principal home. So say on board there, on board parliament, on board one thing. Now we are executive secretary. Is it not your responsibility to help protect him, manage him, and make sure that he can endear himself to the people? And do you perpetuate that perception? You are executive secretary. Or another video to say Onka say one tisadiano. This letter exposes Nana Akufo-Addo as a terrible dictator and a tyrant.
No, the words are very harsh.
No, it's terrible. Because you are a president.
The word is dictator na maker.
You see, you are a president. Let me tell you why it's a dictatorship. You have to see and desist. Who is he talking to? And our dictatorship in your English word.
English word.
Listen to Parliament.
What's that? Not you say clerk of Parliament.
And I'm drawing the attention.
Okay.
You don't get it. If I were executive secretary, I would say that in the circumstances, you are kindly requested to hold on to the presentation of the bill to the president for assent or otherwise until the determination of the matters raised in the writs at the Supreme Court.
So where Penika sao? It's me ba. This office is aware, that is the paragraph 2. These offices are aware of 2 pending applications for an order of interlocutory injunction, both filed on 7th March 2024 in the Supreme Court in the name of Dr. Amanda Odoi, and then the Speaker of Parliament, and then the Attorney General, and then Richard Sky versus the Parliament of Ghana and the Attorney General, and also to restrain the President from signifying his assent to the bill pending the final determination of the matter. Now, one the Mibusan said, once an action has been commenced before the court, automatically in injunctive process, no one.
Oh, would be said Brentua. We would have loved to hear his answer, because in the e-levy matter, the matter had been sent to court, and
Sure.
and then
Bedi atu no na woka no. Bedi atu. Bedi atu na obonidi no. Aye. Woka brantu.
Oh, bedi atu, sorry.
Okay.
The matter had been sent to court. Yes, sir. The very day that it was signed, it was passed, it was forwarded to the president. The next day, no signing. It didn't become law.
Baby, under a certificate of agency.
No, there's no certificate of agency in signatures. It's a bill that is under certificate of agency, but not a signature of the president.
Wow.
So you see, you don't approve it and reprove it. So you don't approve it and reprove it.
But what is the president? Maybe all your public, can say, not under his tenure as president of the republic, and he will legalize it.
Minya, I'm not even talking about that. I don't want to go to the merits of the case.
Sure. Okay.
Today, me and you are talking about adherence to the Constitution. I did here in kind government at the A levels and our senior secondary school. I did here constitutionalism, limitation on the exercise of powers of the various branches of government. And then, I mean, this whole conversation is about that.
Sure.
Now, whether or not the power, the authority exercised by the presidency in prohibiting the parliament from presenting a bill passed by parliament to him for signature or otherwise, no, is lawfully founded. That's all that we're discussing.
Yes.
That's the question. And my view is that so.
Say
Situation the president and the presidency are acted to know has already been provided in the constitution.
Edi what famuno na senka wo ya attempt class wo mo ko mo receive na mo receive we are no ma twa krata ko mo say because of this pendency of seats.
Now Yakopon Shirao.
Okay.
That's why you need advisors around the president. I don't think the president has advisors.
Oh, Obi. Oh.
Oh, only be. So will be also on T. Because you see, receiving, nobody will know that the thing has been presented even by the time you receive it. Wait 7 days. Wait 30 more days. That's how many days? 20 days. On the 21st day, write the letter Brintu has written.
Okay.
What will be your problem?
That is a political administrative.
If you want,
okay.
if I were advising my president, I would say, oh, no, Mr. President, refer it to the Council of State under Article 90. Because it's not a bill, an agent bill. The Council of State, after 7 days, the Council of State has 30 days. Cumulatively, how many days? Now,
now what shape? I'll come back 41 days. No, 51 days. Sorry.
Yes.
There's a walk out, but me a delay, no. I said, when I was a court now, Yama adjournment. Who's about this? I Johnny. Set you,
so. Say, Council of State for a more advisor. Then they forward it to Parliament. Then I, as an appointee of the president, I've insulated the president against public ridicule. And that's how you protect your president. That's how you protect your president. You use the laws to protect your president.
Is it born out of international pressure, Biana?
No, not pressure, Biana. It's born out of arrogance.
Why arrogance?
Because laws no war. Laws no war. So you can treat the laws with contempt and still expect sympathy from us. No.
Now, in this circumstance, no, Parliament
my brother, before 1982 to 1992, we were ruled by a military man.
Mm-hmm.
In 1992, he committed himself to a democratic rule.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me one instance that Rawlings refused to obey the Constitution.
Because he was surrounded by the PV Obeyings, the Kojoti Katas.
You told him that having committed yourself to a democratic rule, you have to abide by the constitutional provisions. In fact, there's a story that the Constitution was printed in big letters and posted on his bedroom wall. Any morning he got up, he saw the Constitution on his wall.
Now we're the abridged version, and I said,
not even abridged version. You were a celebrated human rights lawyer, a constitutional lawyer, the person who argued Apollo and the Attorney General. Disobeying the Constitution.
Wow. Papa says, Parliament, they don't bet me.
Oh, I'm sure letter. Drawing his attention to the provisions of the Constitution and saying that presenting the bill to him. And let's hear what he will say.
Okay. Papa, na me no wase anope.
Yeah, then that's it.
Mesme that's pa. Papa eni di ko Honorable Alhaji Inusa Hussaini, former MP for Tamale Central. Woye mranimu ni kese na yene no atwetwe enkomo afa nsema ehuhiama oman ho. Okay, 101.7 so ni obabi mi mwachi na mama nkotin komo mesa ba nchem da aswate ya mu ko ya bre wade se mu kwa ne huye
pa
huye
where from
odawa abeka so osere ana sedu baby na sabi odi hye eka baby na o hye fridge mu a na mu nta nkosra no da bi ho a da mboduro no oda abose ne buofu
wodwa mo
odwa
samu mehwe no
amu hwe no I see
oh really
ti sunsun mu kura se ese moto na jeje mu
really yene na se man ko hwe no na tam se
mu ko so nipa se hwe ne kra enkopem se yede nbe kwa amere mu ni sunsun no eda so ho e wa ram
o monitor na
me cover Honorable Echo Vincent Asifwa MP for Old Tafo na Oisaya Deputy Minister Designate for Local Government and Rural Development na yene no entwetwe enkomo Honorable Mimwachi. Honorable, good morning. Honorable, good morning. Monsieur Ton Run. Honorable, good morning.
Good morning,
Naboko dear.
Let me have them. But from where now, so
yes, young Boko pa. Me bound channel pay a year LGBTQ plus in the bill in one more. President Secretary di krata ba bonten na obeka say na anu mumani abra mu opediase cabinet retreat na you sought actually you nipa kra no ka so catch parliament so catch clerk of parliament no to bring ade no sa bill no to the president to assign or refusal of it na ehun sema ko edeja Pacho Maminti, your take on that?
Kwame, Mame, and chair with people. Now, my son, chair also, so I'm a pay. I paid the couple for the fee, never so.
When you say a Jumana, Mancho, a Tafabo town, so Metro Himbro, Mancho Himbro, Metro Medoso, a Ganechu, Manchu, Ganechu, Metro was ungo.
No, no, LGBT, I mean, yeah, I think that Parliament is an institution. We are filled with your communication to let the Ghanaian people understand really you look as if the emotional aspect of the bill no is taking the center stage. And however, no weekend it will mean na ministers and deputy ministers and the presidency in your previous and there was this hint there's been an attempt of service on the presidency with respect to the LGBTQ bill from the Clerk of Parliament. The bill now, Clerk of Parliament.
Mami Radie. The law is not speculative on the bills passed by Parliament. The Kwakoma Benini. As I did a true or what I don't see be say there was an attempt.
Well, those are the words of Santibedia too. Unless, of course, the Clerk of Parliament would deny that they have not made any attempt whatsoever to serve the presidency. Okay. And so, in the circumstances, we will all take it as the truth.
Okay, now, Mam's a question back. As I did a true, what can you know? I will let him know you need more parliament now, more pass a bill, and I said, Clerk of Parliament. Because Clerk of Parliament, he was only trying to convey a power on my book. Now, what the bill, now, Abra president. If you know, no,
Clerk of Parliament, because Tiziano, but they are doing on the word the constitutional mandate to ferry the bill from Parliament to the Jubilee House, because Parliament, from the committee level to plenary, I'm a plenary, I consider, I'm a pass, I go through all the stages of reading, the first reading, the second reading, and
the letter now, the supposed letter, not air quote. Supposed letter, if we Parliament want an air quote, not if we Clerk of Parliament want echo.
If we Clerk of Parliament, when somebody can catch yourself, Parliament, any Jumodia, the Parliament in the Constitution, they say it is incumbent on the Clerk of Parliament who will now ferry.
But I know our chapter there.
Around Article 100, but I may have to confirm again.
Okay.
Article 106, 107 thereabout, but I will confirm for you. Probably even before CBB.
Oh, okay.
And
okay.
The convention has always been the Parliament will be only there. Clerk of Parliament, not their presidency or not presidency, assign it or not to sign within 7 days.
And I feel there was an attempt. Emremuno ebere na yadwuma. Afei de to so mienu. Many honorable news of say ni di nkomo sisi ya. And all kind Article 106. The power of Parliament shall make laws. It shall be exercised. Number 7 now. When a bill is passed by Parliament, is presented to the President for assent, he shall signify within 7 days after the presentation to the Speaker. There's a bill, no? And then say free Parliament, and what they come out from Clerk of Parliament, or come Speaker, that he assents to the bill, that he refuses the bill to the bill unless the bill has been referred by the Parliament to the Council of State. And Empolete bia ebefi said the okay clerk of parliament or bano. Se president no respond there. So obe sign is one sign. What the speaker, not the president. It anu na make us you no one wine.
And no na make a choice said. You know kwasi individualize idea no. Idea no nyina say parliament no to me se be shemra. They be boom we are party. O party we are enyemra unless of course it has been signed and gazetted. Now in signing it will have to leave the presence of parliament to the presidency. And no, so if you want to acquire, it is the duty of the clerk of parliament so to ferry that document or that bill.
Thank you. Now, Mami, what's a question back? Ain't it or no clerk of parliament? Is he part of a parliament?
Of course, it's part of the parliamentary service.
No, main parliamentary service. But say, mom MPs now more vote to or sworn idea. No, we're part of it.
There be another someone come.
Thank you.
My duty, because me a convince and me MP, but it is not my duty to take the bill to the presidency.
Him part of me bo. Say me parliamentary services me come. Na me na me deputy clerk of parliament. Na mo and more pass idea bi. I say a co-president ho. Me the conveyor belt say me dia de echo me no me de kwa na say emwaye bia ho a me na so udi mwaye ne brame
no cre one o say the bill if you say wo ana to me wo ho so the bill because enye me e convincent and I say enye
the bill minim say wakan be di to letter na wakan ya honorable baby my main can't say minchiro na or say the last paragraph or say in the circumstances you are kindly requested to cease and desist from transmitting the bill to the president until the matters before the Supreme Court are resolved. I'm a question ha. No, se parliament de yemra de mano se baachire ne fa koma president na obetudi akaje Kofi Asante atwero abram se mama infament ma me mfa nko or that power to say parliament I pass a bill fa koma president so obesan you so onsan you now no can say I Kofi be dey atuo secretary to the president and say I should cease and desist from bringing this bill to me mfa nko. Cannot happen.
Kwame, and Tiasi and I and Tiasi a woman said the presidency through Asante Bedia too only sought to draw the attention of the injunction application substituted in court.
I had to batch out a dear
application. Stop the work clerk of parliament. A drawing of an attention.
No, wait, one drawing attention was it you are kindly to seize and desist. Check the way in yet, Jai.
No, issues of nomenclature and ancestors of words. In my estimation, the presidency sought to draw the attention of the clerk of parliament. The president was trouble. The clerk of parliament, who say, President Adena Watrodia Bano, and one number, and I said, and I'm a question. In law, you can't put something on nothing. Okay.
You can't put something on nothing.
Okay.
Adiana Ankasano. Matisa honorable Kwasifuase or the Mbeko court. And now the Miyako court. Me receive summons be then I begin to act on it. And I attempted to then I attempted to. No, I can't do that.
Kwame, Osha rate no. In fact, Osha Dr. Amanda Diano.
Oh, Debbie, I'm waiting for them in Pesebako. Mimi question say. A dear Nessie President Quine, according to Article 106, Clause 7. So, Beggy, would you do we are? Then now I throw Aquacoma, the Speaker of Parliament, to say, Saudi Amuye process no Nipabi has been commenced in the Supreme Court. Say,
that is not the law.
Hey.
One of them Kwame.
Me bacho mamin kinkan wa hawo bacho mamin kinkan me kan constitution say bia me brofo na enye ana mentia say na mentia mamin kinkan constitution eni article 106 7 clause 7 where a bill is passed by parliament is presented to the president for assent he shall signify within 7 days yeah the bill no command or 7 days after the presentation to the speaker that he assents to the bill, so wajetum, or that he refuses to assent to the bill, and I want you to, unless it did nothing stops the president from receiving the bill.
And you know what? But I'm also suggesting to you that this clause, which is Article 1067, will only have place if and only if there is absence of an application of an injunction stopping the clerk of parliament or parliament from proceeding to act based on the constitutional mandate that has been given to the clerk of parliament.
Mami Musa question. E-levy. Every president assented to that bill. No, be the court.
Kwame. No, be a court.
Hey.
But still, now but true. Some court. Nase, Obi say somebody should be cited for contempt of parliament. No lawyer need no assembly fund one can't anything about contempt of parliament. 2, court now so to me I'll find the person on his own motion and that's so for contempt of parliament. How can we be the one to answer for this the question? And the Jamaican mature say in the circumstances and we did the case of Ayite versus Agbofu number 2. That case was very instructive in something like this. The case was to the effect that when the Supreme Court had the occasion to explain.
Mimisa bako say. It is a Musa Mrebia Bachoti. Musa Mrebia aha. Nase emrano a bill. Namo de court parliament here. Clerk of Parliament in a beginning, somewhat response will be should go to the Clerk of Parliament, not the Speaker of Parliament. Is that what you want to imply?
Kwame.
But would you mean for the letter way any subsequent letters be a beba? A Clerk of Parliament, any comma president, whether to signify his signature that he assents to it or his refusal to assent to it. Let it be say a free. A parliamentary or the plenary no more to aba agya tum bill ni na wie e ko president wa president in his response no will respond to clerk of parliament sana abaso kire
Gabriel some ambassador said this one was not in response to any letter. This one was by virtue of the respondent in the writ, which is the Attorney General's advice to you, Kwame. Emrano, the one who here over young from so, what they now check Mamma Mensta. So, Oshe read to me you Attorney General a respondent of an injunction application. The Attorney General is also an officer of the court. The Legal Profession Act no Emma Unu say the way an officer of the court and that's why it is incumbent on you not to advise your client or not to advise any person who is a party to that writ to do anything that will prejudice the administration of justice. And the Attorney General and our advising president that he is a respondent per Article 88. He is a respondent in the matter, and for that matter, he will have to advise the government that by virtue of the fact that we are responding to the matter, this is what I have done.
Oh, and what the meeting in ask you, but me point, up to now, me say, let be a bill. I a debra president. What lane best say a clerk of parliament into response to be a clerk of parliament. That has been a convention and now sana parliamentary America.
Yeah, this one is not a response to any communication from the Speaker of Parliament or from Parliament. This one is an advice to the Clerk of Parliament who sought to transmit or ferry the bill.
Maybe I just say Clerk of Parliament, why the money to me say for comment?
Patrol, Parliament, the money to me.
Thank you. Do you know the way? And what between you?
Because what on the bill?
Mbacho mubo. Monshi shame. Muye bibi we are. Na muashen say. More Parliament say. Speak clerk of Parliament say fako anambwa. He cannot in his own volition send it. It must send normal instructions that one fan kono. One is under the instruction of Parliament.
Yes.
And which problem say disaster one on ne kasan.
Yeah, the clerk of Parliament ne kasan in that circumstance.
Baby me no nyami na me oto me o. Me mra no mo na mo ahye and mo ahye me say. As an administrator of me fanko.
No cre.
It is saying one against Parliament is saying now.
Kwame, me to as an MP be a part of Parliament.
Sure.
President show let us know the brand me. It is not our duty, or it is not my duty as a convincent as a MP for Otafu to ferry the letter to the presidency. It is not my duty.
In this circumstance,
because you see, you have to do a holistic analysis. The holistic analysis, then they say, the injunction application was geared towards Parliament and the presidency. That Parliament should not ferry the bill to the presidency, and the presidency too do not have any locus, or if you like, any mandate to sign the bill. That is an injunction that has been put on the
so
we have to look at it from that perspective.
Okay, from that perspective. Now, President in the DNC President in the per Article 1067 say, Magic Kratan, me di we are no mature letter and ka asia metro say. A son say, mean sign it. Now, the reason why I mean sign it with the memo attached, then they say, Nipa be dia court. Inti mean sign it. What will stop the president from receiving it?
You have to read Order 25 of the CI 47. I'm just saying that there is an injunction on the president to even receive it. It is his law. The injunction of the
Mebajo, can an individual go to the Supreme Court to injunct Parliament and the president in a matter a bill?
Why not?
Way.
Medicamo, I take versus Abufu number 2. Medicamo.
I know the sarcas, so who checked here for my
Republic versus Mufat Espate Alote. I am saying that any time an attempt of an application is made, it is supposed to be synonymous with that injunction itself. They say, what the application no no. Say, oh, you be a ready. Now you'll be a the administration of justice in Sudia. Say, attempt an answer application within that short time, which is the 10 days and answer time, it is supposed to be an injunction.
Interlocutory injunction.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Now, the action has been commenced by the court, Anambra.
Okay.
Okay. Now, secondly, can in its explicit form say president, it needs to receive cry, and I need to get to at saying.
There's even a Pakistan Supreme Court who has also dealt with similar matter. Kwame,
the question sir.
It needs not to be specific. What needs to happen is that there should be a principle, and the principle is that there's an application of an injunction against you, an institution. You cannot act to change the status quo.
But in other jurisdiction, it has to be definite. I no, Pakistan there.
If you get better, there are a number of cases actual say, and your president in say Article 1067 when there is an injunction against you, and the injunction of the men.
Number Jomibo say Krobi Busa Bedi a true say. A dear said there was an attempt. I didn't know the be defending evidence no way.
Unless, of course, the clerk of Parliament comes to tell us. that he has not made.
He who alleges must prove.
It is not all the kids.
And no, you're on preponderance of probability.
Hey, Kwame, say what here. But there are always an exception.
Oh, okay. So this one is an exception.
Yes, because you see, you make your allegation, you know. So, oh, my country, I'm saying no cry. So, the country, I'm saying no cry. That is when the owners will follow me to prove.
Me pacho me bo. When I allege said there was an attempt by me to do A, B, C.
Kwame, my allege say, what we have your punching. Me allege you know. One time I saw me have a punch. Why did?
Na me pacho me bo. Me na wa accuse me no. Wo pa dance here from ho. Okay. Edi abumfo.
There be me pa dance here. Me see why you see
yes, I can be quiet for you to prove it.
Na ebusa me ma allege to say okofo ebusa say guilty or not guilty.
Me pacho me bo. Me ba. The evidence of the game to say the whole canon. The rule of the game is evidence. Me wo se we wi ama ponchi. Ya ba court o se kase me wi ana me wi ai. E di adanse na wo se me wi aponchi.
The booster question also we no. Na why nya no why dia. So let's be responsible. That's what I'm saying that.
Enti obia in law no. Obia ebusa na sem waye di bia no. Court judge in bebu agu so. Without any shred of friends adanse.
Kwame, what be you my punching? Oh no, I say what you my punching no. Uni asam kan. Won ka say no kra na say no kra. So won ka say no kra. What no say media evidence they provide this ampa. Because it means that there has been an establishment of an issue between me and to answer.
Yo, yati. Now, Mamenyo, your take on these braha of these LGBTQ bill, Mapas, Yakuye saying, you standpoint, anything?
Kwame, my standpoint, and say, number one, bill no idea. Me, as a practicing Catholic, me support it. However, the content and the substance of it, there are some of them that I do not support. And I think that it is in the same vein. And some other MPs may also share same or similar opinion. Kwame, also, Maya Bonne. Bonne na Maya no. And it's a minute bear Makoda. And I say for Vincent, no Kwame Tikese. Yakakoda. Na, ye Trimaswa. Instead of it to be punishment, and then we introduce me into society by way of reforming me through counseling and other things, also the make a share fiasco. Number two, the make a share fiasco. Have you been able to reform me? And I say, why am Papa? Why am Papa? So, in my estimation, that content of where you criminalize you you punish through imprisonment, and you can punish people through other means so that we reintroduce the person into society, not necessarily ostracizing the person. That is number one. Number two, Ade make us the president, and so I also watch it through Parliament. Me say the Koma Parliament, the Koma President, and I may president, and yes, sign it. Kwame, me sign it.
Why?
I don't know some sign it. Me sign it, I don't know. Maybe I can say, Obia, Okoka, LGBT, who was something. Any panel, it's not a share, you lock him. So, are we saying that as a nation, we are throwing our hands in despair to the extent that we cannot do anything to help such people by reforming them or by reintroducing them into society? That is where, at the other time, even as my vets, and I still say, as a parliament and as a people, we seem to be failing. And here we are representative of the people. No, we cannot throw our hands in despair that way. So let's find other ways or other means of punishment whereby people are community service. Well, why can't we have ways and means to deal with that? Masa, yachiwe, you know, after counseling, we introduce you to society. Let's see, that is how I think we should deal with these matters.
Okay.
Other people make this argument, and conform Musika into Lucas or the Panocrano, Uncle Chia, penalty, and I say, Uncle Chia 2,000 penalty unit, 50 or bit metia, what I could do. Those are arguments that you can make. But the question is as to how many of them. Can we say out of the few people who will be able to pay an internal, we should go ahead to imprison everybody? I don't subscribe to that. And now I'm a subscriber. And I feel that we may have to have a real look at this and say, there's an opportunity, say, or consider, and that's what I recommend it, based on the bill never banwa. These are some of the things that the president should be able to put in the recommendation to Parliament, that we can have a real look at it, as per Article 106(7) of the 1992 Constitution. He can even send it to Council of State. Now, I think the Council of State, it means a holistic understanding of what the bill entails, and even in the current circumstances that you are, Kwame, and I will closing our eyes that we have an economy. As our economy, you know, say you can't say that's as a nation, are we closing our minds to this? Is it because someone wants to win an election? Is that what we are doing? Haven't we failed to educate our religious bodies? Haven't we failed to educate traditional authorities? Basically now not to say me colleagues but in the circumstances, what better decision can we take to be able to salvage our country? What better decisions can we take to be able to salvage our country? There's multi-million questions that all of us should come together and think through and do this. And we should be apolitical about it. Apolitical about it. Ocean economy. Now, from now to December, the country said they say you lose about $13 billion. How are we going to survive? Have you looked at this? Have we? We have not. Hey, then we have a problem. And no, and I am a problem. It doesn't mean that anybody is going to support LGBTQ. Me, as a practicing Catholic, Archbishop Justice Yawanoti, who is the commercial Archbishop, will be disappointed in me to hear Senator Vincent the Kwasi Parliament or support LGBTQ. I will never do that. But education in here, we can pick a smart and better position out of it. And no, and I think the like it. And I am about it. And I think that we should start to come out. Kwame, I mean, in your politics, Kwame, meaning so you're well educated, widely read, Kwame. In the circumstances, you know that this bill in this current state, somewhere as a nation, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a cousin. We say or say a board. I say religious leaders say or say your man, a basso, the chin or say about in the current form. No, we can still do it, but we have to do it in such a way say the whole repercussions and the day. That is why I stand as a member of Parliament for Old African constituency.
But that's honorable.
Yes, that's me.
Yes, that's a honorable Ekwasifwa. Vincent, MP for Utah Emranimuni, Deputy Minister Designate for Local Government and Rural Development. Nane,
Anna,
where are you, Makwaba?
Yeah,